Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
I'm Sam.
Isaac.
This is Drop Motorsports. Go, 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 go!
So what's up, guys? This week on Drop Motorsports, if you watched last week's video, you see I built a motor for the daily. And if you're wondering why, it's because she's got a nice hole in the block. There's two of them actually, if you can see that. You can see all the way in there. She's pretty nice, but we're gonna start taking this apart and see what happens. Me and him got a bet going because nobody else wanted to bet me, but I bet it dropped the valve. He says it spun a bearing.
I think it spun a bearing, which made it break something that broke the rod instead of like a valve breaking the rod. He thinks a valve came down and broke the rod. I think something else broke it.
I mean, yes, the valve shouldn't be strong enough to break a rod, but
Maybe the valve came down and cracked the sleeve, or I don't know.
We're about to find out.
Yeah.
But I was just cruising down the highway, probably going harder than I should have. Didn't hear nothing.
Probably, yeah. That's
Most likely, definitely going harder than I should have. I'm not going to disclose how fast I was going, but I was cooking. And yeah, she just lost power, and then boom, smoke cloud for a good mile, made it to a parking lot. Just got her towed here today. And yeah, I hope I win 20 bucks.
Yeah, I hope you don't.
I'm just gonna start by taking off the valve cover and see if we got any broken valves. Okay, we got the valve cover off and I got the spark plugs out. Good news and bad news, I think I lost 20 bucks because
If a valve dropped out of this head and went into the cylinder and the piston went bang, 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 this motherfucker fucked up.
all 4 spark plugs, they don't look good, but they're not fucked up at all. I can't tell if any of the valves dropped. I don't think so. It'd only be on cylinder number 2 and I can see all of them, so.
I think if it dropped, we'd know.
I can see a piston down. I see something down the hole, so.
There's one in there.
There's one there, but these two are at the same spot, and they're supposed to be opposite. So,
And they're not all in the middle, so yeah, they're not lined up.
yeah. Well,
If they were all
this
flat.
one's way lower than this one, so this one's definitely. Hopefully it didn't fuck the head up too bad, because you know, I like having spare parts. Sam's up top here, just taking off whatever he can see, fuel line, air box, yada yada, just unplugging stuff, and I'm gonna go underneath and start draining everything.
Quick update, we're just plugging away.
Unplugging away.
That's a good one. We're just unplugging away. Just got the radiator out, undoing the fuel system. Isaac got the air box off, got the distributor off. I think Isaac's gonna wait till tomorrow to do axles. Yeah. We're not gonna be here too much longer. We just want to get a good jump on it for tomorrow, which I work till 4 tomorrow, so you'll probably
be here early for me to ride here.
Okay, so he might have it done tomorrow without me before I get off work, but right now we're just gonna jump on it, so this might be the last clip for tonight. This is as far as we got. We'll pick up with you tomorrow morning. Alright, so I lied. This is not the last, or that wasn't the last clip of the night. Isaac decided to pull the pan, and wow. That's crazy how much stuff is in there.
Rod is still MIA. I still haven't found any part of rod yet.
It's all kind of...
I don't know, that's a lot of little pieces to be a rod. This is part of the block, that's part of the block. That's a connecting rod. I'm gonna go under there and take a peek.
Brilliant idea number 537.
So you know me with zero mechanical sympathy. You want to come over and watch this hole.
So I guess we're gonna put power to the starter right now, right?
Nope, I guess not. Alright, so yesterday Sam got most of the stuff to the head taken off. All I had to do now was the throttle cable and a couple coolant hoses. And then I gotta take off this timing belt cover, which is really freaking loose. And then there's that one bracket on the back of the motor. I refer to it as a bitch bracket because it's really hard to get to, but it's under there. There's just one bolt to the intake manifold, and the intake manifold to the block. I'm not even gonna put it back in, honestly. So yeah, this head just needs to take the head bolts out, and she should come off. I think everything's disconnected. I'm hoping the head is okay because the spark plug was fine, so we'll see if I got lucky or not. Alright, so if you don't look down here, it looks like a normal motor, right? That's pretty locked in there. Damn it, I was hoping to be able to push it. Alright, so there's your problem. Totally might be usable still, you know. A couple of JB weld spots. The wrist pin's definitely good. Alright, so I got everything unplugged on the motor. Got the alternator off. I got this power brace off and the AC bracket. I don't have AC, but it's the AC bracket. I don't know if I mentioned it, but we got the head off, right? And took no damage whatsoever. Probably can't see crap, but didn't take damage at all from what I could see so far. It was a little dirty, so I didn't look too closely, but got the piston out. Pretty messed up. The block isn't terrible, you know, other than there's two holes up front and then there's a hole back here. You can't really see it. Once I get this out and on a stand, I'll show you all the holes in it and the extent of the damage. But right now, I don't really want to pull the axles out. It's a pain in my butt. So I'm thinking I'm just going to disconnect the motor from the transmission and try to pull it out that way. Because there's only this one mount here now holding the engine up, and all the other mounts are connected to the transmission. So if I put a jack under the transmission, cherry picker on the motor, I should have enough room to move it off the input shaft and out, hopefully. And if not, I can take off the harmonic balancer there, and that should give me a little bit more room. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Alright, so I got the cherry picker hooked up, jack underneath. And the transmission, all the bolts are out. All I gotta do is take off that mount and see how this goes. Alright, so that went pretty smooth, I guess, for what it was. Never taken an engine out without the transmission. Trying new things with this car, like when I did the clutch on it, I pulled just the transmission. That was the first time I ever did that. Now the motor went, and I'm going to pull just the motor just to see. I'm just playing around to see what works best, you know. That's just me, and here are the holes. Later in this video, I'll probably get down to tearing this thing down like in more extent. If you can see that bad boy right back in there. That's where I found a piece of the crank. It was just chilling right there. Like there's a piece. It's just a mess. Now we get under here. Pretty beat up, to say the least. Pickup's just full. Oh yeah, she took a beating. She couldn't hang. Hopefully the next one can. Probably not, but hopefully. Alright, so I got the other motor all set up, ready to go. Got the clutch on her. Like I said, I've never taken just the motor out before. So we're going to see how this goes putting it back in. Might be a little hard, because it was kind of hard without the head on the last one, so we'll see. Alright, so I kind of stopped filming, but as you can see, it's all together. It was kind of a pain in the ass to get the motor in there with the tranny still in there. But here's the moment of truth. Does it run? Well, maybe if I hooked the battery up it would. Our battery's hooked up. Try number 2. I didn't do something right. Alright, so the starter signal wire came undone. Third time's a charm.
X-band, K-band, K-A-band, laser.
Fuck the clutch up somehow. When the fluid's cold, it has enough resistance to move the tires. Oh, I was about to say, it sounds like one of the belts is screwing, but it just stopped. Running all right so far, except for I did something with the clutch, and every time I push it in it sounds weird now. Well, she runs, guys. It's been sitting for 5 years, so don't know how well it's gonna run. It's probably gonna be pretty smoky for a while because I let it sit with oil in the cylinders for a couple of days, but it runs. I need a daily. This one runs. I'm probably gonna go a little bit easier on it because I don't have a spare motor hanging around. Hopefully this one can hang though, because the other one definitely could not. Probably start cracking into this bad boy tomorrow. Show you guys the extent of the damage. So like I said in the last clip, I want to show you guys the extent of the damage on the D series. I'm going to tear it down a little bit. All I really want is the hardware off it, and I'm just going to go throw it in the scrap bin because it's pretty shot. That crank is done. The girdle's supposed to be one piece, it's in like 4. There's not supposed to be that much crap in the pickup. Those are big chunks in there. We got 1, 2. Oh, where's the third one? It's under there somewhere. When I get this off, I'll show you guys better the third hole. It's under there. Or no, right there under the oil filter. I knew there was a third one somewhere. But yeah, so she's pretty trash. I just want all the bolts off it, like I said. Probably not going to film too much of this. I might time lapse it, I don't know. Alright, so I got the crank ready to come out and it's pretty messed up. Cylinder 1 looks just as bad as 2. That's the one that gave up. All of them are scored and they all got heated up pretty good. All the bearings are just shot. These are all the main bearings. This is the one next to 2. You can see it's started to come out already. 1 is about to fucking spin.
All the rods were just trashed. It also bent. I think this was number 3. It bent from heat. It doesn't look like it hit hard, but it's just, I don't know if you can see, it's discolored around the bend. Yeah, she got pretty hot in there. All right, so I got the crank out. All these cylinder walls have been touched by a piston or a rod at some point. Look at all these nice holes, all this nice carnage, you know. Little JB weld, we can throw it right back together. But yeah, I'm gonna go throw this in the scrap bin to be serious. And yeah, if you guys like what you saw, throw it down in the comments below, give us a like, anything at all.
Check your oil. Just check your oil every once in a while.
Yeah, don't be like me, check your oil. Have a good week.
Thanks for watching.
Turbos.